Welcome. Do you want to be more involved in your child's life as a parent? We have 3 tips to help you stay more involved, be more active, and just be a better parent overall. Watch right now. We're about to get started. So 3 ways that I'm going to give you to help you be more involved in your child's life as a parent. The first one is be involved in leadership roles and volunteer roles in their school. Now, your child spends 7 to 8 hours a day, 5 days a week in school. It's one of the places where they spend their most time, have their most influence, and to be honest, sometimes it seems like they spend more time at school than they do with you. So be a volunteer, be on those field trips, be at the PTA meetings, make relationships with the faculty, send regular emails to the faculty, know the teachers, know the administrators. It's so important because this can be an awesome opportunity for you to be more involved in your child's life. Really quick, could you please comment about your experience on PTA? Please comment about your experiences going to field trips with your children on their school field trips. We want to know. This is a village. It takes a village. Comment and help us in the comment section so we can learn from you as well. Now back to the tips. You can go and eat lunches with your child. You can make for sure when your child does do the fun things and is out doing the activities that you're a part of that. And again, don't be afraid to ask off work, to take off work for certain things when it comes to being with your children. Because you can make money anytime, but one thing you can't get back is the time. You cannot get that back. So spend the time. And it's a great thing to be involved in your child's school. You can understand and make for sure that your values are aligning with the values that they're teaching. And if they're not, then you can make for sure to talk to your children about some of the values that don't align so that you make for sure that your family household is still on the same page, even as they go to school and maybe learn something else, or maybe learn something that is contrary to what you're teaching at home. And then you can also feel comfortable about giving suggestions to your child's school. And your children's faculty, the teachers, that will reach out to you more. They will engage with you more. They'll tell you more about your children's day. They'll tell you more about the behaviors that your children are having in school, good or bad. So then you can have more conversations at home. You can be more invested. If you know things that are going on at school, it creates natural conversations at home. It helps you be more involved at home naturally with your children, because when you ask that question, hey, what did you do at school today? Then your children won't just say, I don't know, or we just learned some stuff. If you know more about what your children's school is doing, then you can start the conversation. Hey, I heard that you guys were going to be learning about history of Native Americans. Hey, maybe we can talk about some history of the native tribes that are indigenous to our state here. Or hey, I heard that you guys in school in science were talking about the periodic table. You know, can we talk about my favorite elements? Or when I was in school, I had a really fun time learning about the periodic table. And did you know that there's man-made elements as well? See, you can talk about these things and create the conversations with your children when you're engaged in school. Going to PTA meetings and all these things, they may seem like extra work, but actually it's an extra chance for you to know what's going on with your children while you're not there and they're being taught, so that when they are there in your presence, then you can talk about these things, you can discuss these things, and it makes for beautiful, wonderful conversations, and it brings you together closer as a family. So it's a wonderful thing. First thing, get involved with your children's schools. Don't be afraid to be in leadership there, all right, and to volunteer. The second way, so when our children aren't in school, a lot of the times they're doing extracurricular activities. So the second tip I have is to be extra involved in the extracurricular activities. First thing, make sure that you attend all of the events that you can. Help them prepare for those events outside of their practice, helping them with resources so they can do better at the things that they're doing, or just plain practicing with them, whether it's throwing the ball, rebounding the basketball, playing catch with the glove, anything that they're doing and they're interested in, you can be interested in. You can be a part of that and get engaged with that. Really quick, I would like you to comment on your child's favorite extracurricular activities. Sometimes parents struggle to find extracurricular activities for the children to be involved in. Give us your tips, your favorite extracurricular activities that your children have been involved with and how they worked out. Please tell us in the comment section. Now back to the tips. Tell your children that you really care about everything in their life, that you really are paying attention to them. You value the things that they are doing even outside of school. As you encourage them, as you compliment them, as you tell them how wonderful they're doing and really try to help them, they will appreciate that. They won't forget those things. If your child needs extra resources, help them find the resources. Help them find that extra tutor that's going to take them over the top in math club. Help them find that literary genius that's going to help them with their creative writing, right? Help them find that coach or that trainer that's going to help them make the varsity team that they really want to. Showing them that you're invested in the things that they care about not only shows them how much that you love them, but it brings you closer together because now you have a shared activity, shared interest that you can talk about, that you can be together with, that you can travel to do things with. And it's a beautiful thing. Being involved in my children's extracurricular activities has been some of the most memorable, some of the most enjoyable and loving moments that my children and I have had together. So don't skimp on this one. Really be invested in your children's extracurricular activities. Moving on to number 3, how to be more involved in your child's life. Well, this third tip is something that you need to do at home. You need to plan a family night, at least one night per week, where you do things as a family and only as a family. You have fun with each other doing it. Make these things fun, enjoyable, and memorable, whether it's having game night, having movie night, of course, involving dinner with that, or just talking and hanging out. Maybe it's taking a walk, going to a favorite park. Maybe it's looking and going star searching. Whatever interests that your kids have, try to build this family night around the interests that they have. Really quick, when it comes to family game night, I want you to comment your favorite family game to play, something that brings your family joy, so the rest of us can learn from your experiences and we can maybe incorporate that into our own family night. Now back to the tips. When you have multiple kids, then you can rotate the different events that you do that coincide with the interests that your children have. This will really make them happy. It'll really heighten the level of your relationship with your children, and it's memorable things that they just won't forget. If you implement a family night for your children, they will have so much fun. They will remember these things for the rest of their life. And game night is great because you can do so many different types of games. Games that don't have to be very competitive, games that can be collaborative. If you are a competitive family, you can have these games, but make for sure that they don't go over the top. There's always ground rules that you put down so that there isn't going to be a fight about these things. Always keep it light and fun, lighthearted and having fun. If you do these things, then your family will become more tight-knit. And in the future, you will cherish these times. Make sure to take pictures. If you have a GoPro, set it up and record the time. It's so fun to go over these times later in life when you're watching and looking back. They will warm your heart with these memories. So have that game night, have that family night, and be together. Now for a quick recap. We talked about being more involved in your children's life as a parent. First thing, take leadership roles and volunteer in school. Your children spend a lot of time in school. You can be invested in that school as well. Second thing, attend all of their extracurricular activities that you possibly can and help them outside of their extracurricular activities, outside of practice. Support them, engage with them, give them resources, and they will appreciate you forever for it. Third thing, plan that family night. Have fun, do the game night, do the movie night, go and walk to the park, have your family time where it's not interrupted at least one day a week, just for you and the family to bond and come together closer. If you enjoyed these 3 tips on how to be more involved in your child's life, please like, subscribe, share, comment, tell us how you are more involved. Give us some great advice on games we can play. A lot of people do game night. I want to hear your favorite game that you play. Put in the comment section your favorite game so we can all learn. This is a village and it takes a village. Thank you so much for watching. Imagine love. Peace. I sincerely hope that you enjoyed this video on being more involved in your child's life as a parent. Our next video is going to be about how to help instill great manners in your children and your family. If you want to learn about that, please watch the next video. First, subscribe, like, share this content. It takes a village. I want to read your comments. I want to read what you have to say so you can help our Imagine Love community. Again, remember, Imagine Love. Peace.